Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
and this is State of Atlanta. No Tim this week. He up and decided to skedaddle down to the worst place in all of the world instead of being here.
Well, I would talk shit, but last week I just got like too inebriated to even be with y'all. So I don't know what you. I can't really say anything.
Well, for anybody that watched or listened to last week's episode, if you were too inebriated to be with Tim and me, specifically me, then it was a bad situation because I was out there.
Look, I have taken a gummy and done the episode, and I believe it was with other podcasters, like not just us. And I sort of vowed never to do that again because I'm worthless. I just sit there. I would just sit there like giggling or laughing at you guys, and like nothing would have happened. I would have forgot any point that I wanted to make. I would have forgot by the time it was time to say it.
Well, I had a good time. I remember it being fun. That's about it. But it did start off with Kim actually started off the podcast. She did the intro with Tim.
I heard.
And so
I heard.
I did cut that out of the actual podcast, but I released it as a separate video on YouTube of her and Tim talking about the Falcons because we'd gone to the game that day.
All right, well, that's fun. You did that today too, right? No.
Oh,
No,
the Falcons last night.
Yesterday.
Yo, it was in Richmond. Was not here.
So when I showed up for the podcast on Sunday, a day early, even though I had it on my calendar for tonight, you were like Falcons tonight. So I was like, oh, maybe he's at the game.
Oh no, just sitting on my couch watching, a absolutely horrible display of clock management, both in first and second half. And then I was really excited that they got rid of, I was really excited that Koo was injured. Not the fact that he was injured, because I don't root for injuries, but he's from Georgia Southern, trash down south. So I was excited that he wasn't there. Exactly. And of course, the backup kicker, the guy they brought in to fill his role, cost us the game. But, there's a lot of things that cost us the game.
I was going to say, I would say it was quarterback play, wide receiver play. I don't even know. I didn't watch because I can't.
Quarterback play was pretty good
anymore. They're just not that good.
Quarterback play was pretty good. Penix looks good. I liked it, but it was just clock management. I think that everything I've seen on my socials today have been talking about how bad the clock management was. But that's neither here nor there. That is 100% coaching.
That's only coaching.
And we have a coaching problem at Georgia State. I feel like this is going to be a very long, repetitive basketball season of us talking about coaching problems with Georgia State basketball right now.
So I went to the game. What are the perceived coaching issues? I know we're losing a lot, but are there things that are standing out that are coaching problems?
I think that I was actually doing some reading today online about what people were saying, and that they said, who was it? Someone was saying that the style of offense or the style of basketball play in general that Coach Hayes is trying to implement is like an old UCLA style of basketball, which is good. However, it takes a long time for guys to get acclimated to it and understand the intricacies of everything.
Not very good for a lot of transfers and having a new team every year.
When you have a brand new team, which is really just the state of basketball the way it is, or college sports the way it is now, even if it wasn't a brand new team, you're bringing in so many new guys every season, it's going to be hard to do something like that. So it sounds like he's trying to coach an outdated style of basketball, and we're just not getting. But even then, one of the things the biggest thing that I saw that killed us, just from my perspective in the game, was the free throw. How far did that game start before anybody actually got a basket? It was forever.
That's what I mean. Like, while you were saying that, I'm sort of like, yeah, I guess it could be outdated, but like we've seen some just real simple shit, like they just can't shoot, and it's like, well, that's not on whatever style of basketball they're trying to have you play or whatever like that. Like that's just your shooting. Or you're just not that good at shooting, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe they've got their brain so full of like trying to figure out what's going on with this UCLA style, they can't shoot. But like, I don't know. You should just be able to shoot from anywhere.
Yeah. Because we lost by 3 points. We definitely missed enough free throws to overcome that. But
plenty.
So
it was like Nutter kept on getting fouled and kept on getting free throws and then just missing all of them.
Nothing.
I mean, just like all of them. And you're like, what guy?
Well, we are not to get into the stats, but we are shooting at 65.53%, and I always thought, without really paying attention to the stats, that I don't, that anywhere if you're over 2/3, you're over 66%, then you're doing pretty good. So 65%, that's right, 65.5% rounds up to what I would just, as a common guy, assume is pretty good. That is not good. We are 318th out of 355 schools in free throw percentage. So, yeah, I
You
was wrong.
oh, you just meant free throw 65 you thought was okay.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
yeah.
man, it should be 90. It should be
So,
100.
well,
It should be
so
100.
the number 1 team in the nation, Wisconsin, is 85.08% free throw
God,
percentage on the season.
I just don't get it. I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
They're free throws. They're free, you know? And, like, I say it all the time. You can practice it the exact same way every single game or every single time you practice, like, you can just go do that out on your driveway,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
mean,
gonna be
I
exactly the same.
85 out of 100 times, I'm
That's
okay
pretty
with
good.
that.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that if you figure in a lot of times the reason why you're at the free throw line is because you just got knocked down, so you're kind of like,
Yeah,
you're
but they're, like, full of shit anyway. Those fouls don't mean anything. They're like, "Oh, you touched my face softly. Like, you caressed me and told me you loved
true.
me."
Many
And,
of them, many of them are just, a lot of the flops and everything. But even then, you're running back and forth. You've been doing this and that, and you know that's why I think a lot of it. I would love to see the stats. How many people miss the first one that make the second one? I
yeah.
feel like that happens way more often than making the first one and then missing the second one because you kind of get back into the slowing down the game and standing still and shooting versus having to run all around, jump, and make all kinds of plays or whatever. But yeah, it's 318 out of 355 is ridiculous. Does look like the anything above 70%, 74%, 74%. That's when you're kind of in your elite range of the top 100 teams in all of college
Yeah.
basketball, top third of college basketball. But we didn't look horrible at times in that game. We actually had the lead for quite some time, and then just couldn't put it together.
I mean, that's not because we didn't look horrible. Like nobody was very good in that game. And,
No.
and it was just frustrating to watch because it's just not great. And one of the things that I brought up there was when Coach Hayes came on, he was selling full court press for
Hmm.
a majority of the game, right? Like that's what he was saying. That's what we're gonna do. And I get that that's difficult and that people don't like to do that because it's like running suicides for 2 hours and that sucks. But like we don't ever see it. It's never part of the game plan. It's not. I like maybe at the very like for 5 minutes at the end of a game we might see like some kind of press, but it's not very good. It's not exciting. And I'm like, what? Where did that go? I want that.
If anything, it looks like the guys are just kind of going through the motions. Like they're
I
just, yeah,
it looked like I said suicides because it looked like one of our players, like even the faces he was making as he was going back and forth on the court, I was like, he's just running a suicide. Like that's all he's doing.
just
I'm
yeah.
like,
Well, but like the rebounding, the offensive rebounds, like we get so many opportunities and couldn't. I think I counted four
3 or 4.
times where we'd get it and just could not get the ball in the basket, and
Yep.
then they would finally do it and just run down the court and get a layup, and we're
Yep.
back down there missing it again.
I
It,
if somebody gives you 3 shots, you need to make one of them. I mean,
it's
you have to. You just have to.
we're better at free throws than that.
I mean, you just have to.
We're getting 2 out of 3 in the free throws, so we
And
can't
we're
can't even
not
get
that
that on
good at
our
free throws,
rebounds.
actually. We're, like, just under that, but
Yeah, exactly.
ugh,
So, uh, I said before that I think the true judgment on whether or not Hayes should stick around or not for the rest of the season, at least, was going to be how we handled these home conference games that are coming up. And so we've got South Alabama, Lafayette next week, and or actually South Alabama is this week. It's Thursday on the 2nd, and then we got Lafayette on Saturday. A night game, a weird Saturday night game on January 4th. How empty is that place going to be?
yeah, yeah.
Are you going to make it out to that game? Are you even
Uh,
going to be there?
I need to put it on my calendar because you keep texting me the day before, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess there's a game." So I need to get a little bit better at it.
Well,
I've been slacking.
this is no surprise to you, but I'm so obsessed with schedules. As soon as they come out, I manually enter every single one of them in there, and
I
as
rely on
game
you.
times come out,
So
well,
to be like, "Hey, man. Hey, you coming?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I guess I am."
All right, well, we have a game Thursday at 7 o'clock against South Alabama,
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna
who
make that.
and then on, we got Lafayette. And so in Lafayette, I think we talked about it last week with just Tim and me, that Lafayette fired Bob Marlin last week, so we got
Yeah,
a
good.
an
Fuck that. I
interim
mean, well,
coach coming in here.
sorry. I
Yeah.
wasn't even the one drinking early.
Well, there was a bowl game that started at 2:30. I
I
couldn't
dropped no, I
watch it
dropped
with
an
that here.
F-bomb. I just dropped an F-bomb. I apologize.
Whatever. It happens.
Well, you do the editing, so, I
Yeah,
apologize.
well, I'm not gonna take it out. Editing. I cut the part where my wife enters the episode, and then everything else is just the same.
That's smart, man.
No, so we'll see how these games go, but I've said I think for the past couple of weeks that I think that if Hayes cannot get out of this first 4-game homestead against in conference with winning at least 2 of them, that I think he should be gone. And it sounds like Ben is actually posting on Panther Talk. He's kind of on the same boat, but I think he says he's talking about more like if we can't win any of them, if we go 0-4 on this homestand, then just go ahead and he thinks the Band-Aid will be ripped off at that point. But
I mean, I've seen no indication any Band-Aid will be ripped off at any point. I think we
yeah,
just leave them. We just leave them. They just get all gross and scraggly. And to extend that metaphor at all, holy hell!
yeah. Well, let's use a different metaphor then. But it's getting empty in there in the box. Like it was, we even with that very first game against Georgia Tech after the football game, I still felt like it wasn't as full as it should have been.
Yeah,
But with the way the teams played over the past 2 and almost 2.5 seasons now under Coach Hayes, it's just not getting full in there.
but I
And
would say the Mercer game. It looked better than a lot of other games have this season. So
well,
I will say,
Kennesaw game, I think Kennesaw
yeah,
game was better
Kennesaw
though,
was
wasn't
awesome.
it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I
shorter,
and
shorter
and some of the
drive.
things I've said because you have commented before that maybe we shouldn't play Kennesaw every year, and I think we should play all these in-state guys every year, even if we lose, because we have people coming in. It's a good environment. It's a fun environment. You should win, right? You got to win
Uh,
anyway.
I
But
think
like
we should play him. I
it's
think we
yeah,
should play him every year.
cool. I just like I'm like man, you fill up the stadium. I mean, you fill up the convocation center, the box, whatever. Um, when you play TDS, when you play Kennesaw, when you play Mercer, it looks pretty good. But when you play, it doesn't even matter if you're playing like an upscale G5 program in basketball. They're not going to show up. They show up for the in-state stuff.
Do we even get like high end mid majors playing at the
I was trying
box?
to think as I was saying it, I was trying to think. We have before though. I mean, I remember like even when we had like Villanova in our house, and well, I will say that actually was pretty good. But that was
Was
like,
that was conference? That was conference though.
and that was in the heart of Hunter
Yeah.
doing well, and so that was a big game in general, and so people did show up to that one because that people show up to all those games because we were winning and playing fun basketball.
And that's all Villanova's got going for them is their basketball program. But yeah, it, it'd be nice to be able to get back to actual fans in the stadium. Like we never really had them in the convocation center, but like we did in the sports arena. But like when you're playing the type of basketball that we're playing, you're just not going to draw in. People aren't going to
Yeah,
come seeing losses. So the administration can only winning cures all, right? If we win, then in theory people show up. But we've seen that hasn't necessarily been the case.
not if
So
they're
there's got
not
to be another.
calling people.
There's got yeah, well,
Sorry,
they're
it
not
does
asking
pick
people to renew
too.
tickets. But like but what the administration should be doing, athletics should be doing more stuff to try to encourage people to show up to be doing I don't know promotions or some kind of. They need to create a fun fan environment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you say more, I say anything.
S well, we do that
Something?
we do that just as fans ourselves, we try to tailgate a little bit, even if it's just 4 or 5 guys standing in a parking lot by some trees, but, we've tried to do stuff. We've done, back at the sports arena, the G Deck, we try to do something up there, have some fun with it. We had some pretty decent crowds for us and
Yeah,
everything, but I think
definitely.
that you need to get athletics needs to kind of start engaging this kinda stuff, and one of the ideas I had back at the G Deck was they need to officially endorse that top of the deck tailgating thing. I was like, paint the asphalt or the cement up there, paint it blue with bright white lines for the parking spots, make it like a fan zone tailgate center, and put that in your emails and your social media when you go out there to try to just try to create some kind of environment where people would want to come out and make it an event. Put a porta potty up there. something like that, and
It'd be
do
nice.
something. But there's got to be something they can do to kind of create more of a fan environment that's will draw people in and want to do something. But they're not doing anything at all.
I wanna say that here's my guess as to why they wouldn't be able to do something with a parking deck, is that is the university, and they don't have any control, and the university just says no to everything or something, I don't know. Like,
The
that's just
parking
what
deck is one idea.
there's just always excuses about why we're not doing XYZ because somebody else won't let them or somebody else said no or did there's just a lot of excuses. So, it's a great
Dollar
idea.
beer. Do a dollar beer night inside the convocation center.
It's a
Pick a
great idea.
game. Pick a Thursday game, a Tuesday game, something like that. Dollar beer night, or like sports arena prices. Everything's a dollar. Something have an all you can eat package or something. Like just do something else.
I did give kudos. They do have a dollar menu at the it's just got chips and water, but they do have a dollar menu at the Chicago box.
Water, what should be free.
Well,
It's
you can
bottled
go get
water,
free water,
right?
but from the water fountain, but Dasani's never gonna be free. But it's a
It'd be
dollar
nice.
for chips or water. I'm like, "Oh, okay, look, kudos. That's
That's not
cool."
bad.
Like, it's neat. It's a good thing to do, especially if somebody just like, really just needs a water or just like a small snack or something like that. It's a good idea and it's a nice throwback to the dollar concessions. So I'll
Right.
take it. I wish it was a little bit more expanded, but like, this it's fine. It's like a
Well,
pinky
yeah,
toe
it's
in
like
the right direction.
I'd stop off McDonald's on the way over there to buy my kid a Happy Meal just because I didn't want to pay for what I said at the time was $12 chicken fingers that she would not eat. But
Yeah.
when I got inside there, that's actually $14 chicken
Yeah.
fingers that she would have not eaten.
Yeah.
And then and then the hot dog they do have is like a massive like German sausage thing. It's huge. It's bigger than any
It's not
child could actually eat. The options there, they could do so many more things there. I don't know.
I heard the, hospitality suite was, pretty busy though. I don't know if, why that happened, but
Maybe
did
they were
you
handing some stuff. I don't know why it was. I heard the same thing, but then the offerings in there was they had a seafood 6 feet under. It was a big
Yeah,
sponsor
I
for the
know,
state.
man. It's the one time I miss it, and you give me some good food.
But no, it was like burgers. They had 6 feet under burgers there.
Well, they didn't even have tendies. They got better. I don't even know if they have burgers at the restaurant.
I don't know. Probably the kids probably on the kids menu, the kids
I know they
burger.
got tendies. I don't
And
know.
they deep fry them with small
Laurie,
bonus.
because Laurie wouldn't do shellfish or pork, and so when we went there, I think she only could eat chicken. So I don't even
Yeah.
know if there's burger on that menu.
I don't know what else they had, but I remember specifically the hearing that the seafood place brought burgers in. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know why it was packed. That takes me to another thing that was said. There was apparently some players that wanted to show up, and I guess there were some former players there, but like they're having to like either buy their own tickets or scrounge for freebies that are always laying around. Why don't former athletes just get free admittance to all games? Just walk up to
I
the
don't
will call desk.
I'd be interested in knowing what other schools do with that and how it works, but, like, if available, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying, like, another school might not do it because, like, at Duke, you probably fill that place up every time, so, like, you don't wanna do that for those guys, but, like
But do it until you can't do it any longer.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's the
'cause
section for players who wanna come in, like, we're gonna yeah.
yeah, TJ Shipe shows up. He's on the will call list every single game. Hey,
Why'd
TJ,
you have to say
how
that, dude, man?
how many did you I know you don't but, Malik Ben
I
Levy
like him
shows
just
up,
fine, I just know more about his academic, personality than I do about
or
his,
Manny Atkins or somebody. They show up and they say, "Hey, I'm Manny Atkins," and they're like, "Hey, Manny, how many people do you have here today?" I didn't mean to do that pun.
and what high
And he's
school
like,
did you go to?
"Yeah," he's like, "Yeah, I'm here with some of my buddies or with my
I'm
girlfriend
here
or
with a mitt thacker, and,
we went to
yeah,
high
we
school
went to high
together.
school together.
Did you know that?" But and just let them like, "All right, cool. You guys are in. There you go. Just you're in, and if there's room, give them the hospitality as well, but if not, sure, just give them as low level seats as they possibly can." Former athletes, especially those that have like, made a name for themselves at the program, should just be able to walk up there and just get as many tickets as they want whenever they want to, and until we can't fill up the place.
I'm iffy
Or
on
so we
it, but,
can't give
like,
away, sorry.
if somebody wants to come to the game at this point, like, give them tickets.
That's another problem. Tickets. So I didn't get my season tickets this year because no one called me to renew, and I am a prima donna, and I need that kind of special attention. Apparently, they don't need me. as much
No,
as I
you
need that
it's not
attention.
special attention you need because you can't just do it some other way, like, you have to call in or be called to do a
Well
renewal.
well,
So
what I wanted to do because I was dropping down from I was changing my seats, and you can't just change your seats on the website because otherwise I would have just gone to the website, paid the invoice, and be done with it. But I wanted to change something, and I didn't wanna call somebody. I wanted them to call me. But either way, that's neither here nor there. Uh, but, where was I going with the whole conversation with that? Oh, so I went to go look to buy tickets to go to the game on Saturday or whatever the hell the day it was, and every ticket there was 20 bucks. Like, it doesn't matter if it was in their premium side or their pack side or the corner sections or whatever it was, they're all
did
20
you do
bucks.
the math? Is it cheaper to not buy season tickets?
Well, with the amount of free tickets that float around tailgates, it is by far I've still yet to pay for a ticket. Still got free tickets to the game on
Yeah.
Saturday. So I've gone to what? I've only been to 3 games so far this season and brought my kid to to 2 of those and have not paid for not paid for any of it all yet. So,
I mean, we do have a good community. We've cultivated a good community where people are like, "Oh, we got tickets," and tickets get thrown around all the time. So like that is
but they need to have like a $50 package or a $60 package that gives you 4 tickets to the game, 4 hot dogs, 4 bags of chips, and 4
yeah, it'd be
sodas,
nice.
so you can bring a family of 4, can go to a game for 60 bucks, 50 bucks, 60 bucks, something like that. But instead,
$100, whatever.
I it's well, now it's $80 just to get a family of 4 inside the door, and that's before your $14 chicken fingers and your
Right.
dollar chips and your dollar water, you
Yeah.
know? So it's Georgia State should not be an expensive
No.
game to go to. It should
No.
literally be, I can it's a college program that's not doing so hot. It should be a kid
Well,
can
and the
go through
production
his
inside is low effort as well. So it's like, well, like, okay, so okay, if we're gonna be low effort, we're not gonna make it like a thing to go to. Sell these packages, like
yeah,
something.
do something
Try
like
it.
just it should be so much that a college kid could like scrounge the change in the bottom of his car and find enough money to go to a game and, buy a hot dog. I know the students get it for free, but that's what I'm saying. It
But
should be
buy a hot dog.
inexpensive. Buy their hot dog. The barrier to entry should be absolutely hell. How about students get a hot dog and a water for free? Hot dog and a soda for free. Student ticket just includes, meal.
A
Heck,
little
when I was a college
food.
kid,
Oh man, and you know what? Like, I tried to explain to my little brother at graduation. He was like, "Oh, I gotta go to this thing because there's free food there." And I'm like, "Man, just so you know, like in the next 5 years, you're gonna make enough money where like you're gonna see free food. And yeah, it might be a little enticing because like you got that pull from the past, but like you you're gonna be like, I don't want that free food. I want other food that I can afford."
right, right. Yeah, I
And
want
I
better
just
food.
can't wait till you're there. But college students, man, the draw of free food, they just
Exactly. It's my point exactly. Every student ticket should come with hot dog, chips, and a drink. Just comes with it. And
Yep.
they go there because like just like you're saying, college kids, they flock to the free food because they don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
when they're gonna get something
It doesn't
outside of
matter what the
ramen.
quality is either. If it's a hot dog, they don't give a shit. They'll have a free
Yeah.
hot dog.
Well, you only get the hot dog and the drink in the first half, and you don't get the soda to the second half. That's to entice them to stick around so they can
All right,
actually
you're making
wash
it too
everything.
confusing now. You just give them a little meal. Whatever, man. You're making it too confusing. They do
Yeah,
have the weird French fries. They're like these weird like curled up ones, and they're pretty good. They're obviously from Frozen, but they're interesting seasoned fries.
they're heavily salted, which I love heavily salted, but when I'm saying something's heavily salted, it's heavily salted because I salt the hell out of my stuff.
Yeah, it's a southern thing.
Yeah. So anyhow, gotta do something. It's failing on both sides. Coaching's failing, administration's failing on getting that place rocking, and it's just a shame, how nice that place is and to not be able to do anything with it at all.
Look,
So,
look, winning cures all ills, but when you're not winning, you gotta that means you gotta suck it up and put in the effort.
yeah.
You gotta figure it out because you're not gonna pull anybody in based on the team and based on what they're doing. You gotta make it an event. You gotta make it a thing to go to. And
And Atlanta loves their events.
and
Love
it's
their
fine
events.
not to win. I mean, like Atlanta loves not to win too. Uh,
We're really good at it. Atlanta teams are A-class effort.
People still show
Yeah,
up to stuff when it's like a big event, and you still make a thing of it, and so, make a thing of it. That's when you gotta put in the work. Winning is easy, you know? That's when you get into easy mode.
right.
For as far as, like, game day experience and marketing and all that stuff goes, is when you're not winning and what you do, and not just being like, "Well, we're not winning, so whatever."
Yeah, just coaching the whole thing. So I made a comment how we have, South Alabama on Thursday and then Lafayette on Saturday. The next home game is the following Wednesday on January 8th, and I made a comment about having a 7 o'clock Saturday game, an 8:30 tip-off against Trash Down South on what is it, on a Wednesday night.
At
That's a
home?
rough one, right? At home.
I don't know about all that.
That's gonna be a rough night.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, we'll talk about more about that one next week, but it's just the day before, so, yeah, that's what kind of attendance are you gonna draw 8:30 on a Wednesday for a crap program, even if it is Trash Down South? Like, those people, they're not driving back up to, Canton and Cherokee or wherever the hell they live after they moved out of Statesboro that late at night. They're gonna be caught dead in downtown Atlanta at 10:30 when that game's over,
No,
you
no, no,
know?
they're already scared enough as it is.
But that does present itself with an excellent pre-gaming situation. 8:30? Come
We
on,
we have a whole afternoon.
Oh, man, knock off work just a little bit early.
We should tailgate that game for
Even
sure.
if you don't go, just tailgating.
Yeah, I mean, for you're not wrong. Like, if we tailgate, I know we've been sort of soft tailgating a lot of these home games. We should maybe make the TDS game a real tailgate.
It should, yeah, actually do, like, bring out the grill or the new pizza oven I've seen pictures of.
I'm not bringing it to a tailgate. I'm not taking over I will not challenge the Sibelia's, power over,
They've never brought pizza to a basketball
sure,
tailgate.
that's true too.
That could
That's
be this can be
true
your
too.
thing, you
No,
know?
I don't think so.
You can make a little
I gotta, like, get some experience, you know?
so you do your round pizzas, and then you use pepperonis to, like, make the lines of a basketball so it looks like it's a little basketball.
Oh, I see, okay. I thought you were
Yeah.
being a dick at first, and then you are just being helpful, I can tell.
Oh, no, I'm being an idiot. I'm just continuing the streak of being an absolute idiot. So, well, we'll figure that
Uh,
out. That's really all I got Georgia State specifically related, but there were a couple other things. Vandy beat Tech in their bowl game, so
woo!
we beat Vandy, Vandy beat Tech. We kinda got a little redemption there,
Well,
right?
sorta, so it's, yeah, how many layers deep, and are we, like, in Inception now or something?
We
Like,
just go 1. We remember we go 1 deep. We go 1 deep, so we're
ha,
better than Tech.
heyo.
Well, yeah. Hey, I'm 5'10", white dude. I can only go 1 deep, alright?
Yeah, no,
Also, I'm 5'10", but my driver's license says, but my doctor may actually have a different opinion on that, so
you know what? Like, I didn't even watch that game, and I hate that I didn't watch it because I was excited about it, and then just didn't happen. But I don't care who won that game, man. It's great that it happened, and it was close too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. That's a game that I said I was gonna go to because I got both Vandy friends and Tech
Yeah.
friends,
Where
and
was
then,
it?
like,
Was it here?
it was in Birmingham. What a great way to go because it's, like, basically, it's, a drive down 65 from Nashville, and it's a straight out 20
Yeah.
from Atlanta, so it's a great location for that game to have happened,
Yeah, you love
and
Birmingham. That's one thing I know
I
about you.
do I do like Birmingham. Well, the one time I hung out there, I liked Birmingham, and but then, like, I was like, "All right, what bowl games are on today for I can watch?" And I saw that one, and I messaged my buddies like, "I guess we're not going to this game." I am glad I did not game. It got a rain delay, it got a lightning delay.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
right.
it rain delay once the alcohol cutoff had happened, and I'm like, at that point, I'm like, "I'm just going home. Who cares who
Yeah, I
wins this
got a
game at this
cooler out of
point?"
the car. I'll just go do that.
Exactly. I'll put that in the passenger seat and just drive home the entire time, you know?
Jesus
So
Christ. Don't
that's
record
not
that.
true. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Don't put that on YouTube.
I make my 8-year-old kid drive me home while I'm drunk,
That's
you know?
right. You're a responsible adult, by golly.
Yeah, so we got a comment from Tim, who is apparently listening on his drive down
Oh,
to New
good.
Orleans. Good beer in Birmingham. I agree. There is some good craft breweries in
Why can't I
Birmingham.
see any of that? Oh, is he just
Oh,
texting you?
No, he entered it through the Patreon chat, which doesn't pop up through our stuff here. I
I
got it.
see.
That's why I was on my phone looking at it. But anyhow, yeah, that was cool. But it's good. Vandy beat them. We get to play Vandy again up in Nashville next season.
Hopefully we
Like
beat
we
him again. Just show it wasn't a fluke, you know?
That'd be great. Well, Diego Pavia coming back with his JUCO year, and he's like saying that Vandy's playing for a national championship next year. He's calling it already.
Cool.
So they gotta
Cool.
go through
Good for him. I'm
the
really proud of him.
they gotta go through the Mighty Morphin Power Panthers first, you know?
I'm like, "Oh, good. Good. Vandy. Nice. You're gonna work for that." I mean, I hope you get close.
Well, after
But
so
it's
yeah,
our
they'll
year. By golly.
it is our year, right?
2025. It's ours.
Yeah. Well, so they'll if they make it, only because they won the SEC after losing to us, because they would have never qualified for the playoff
That's
because
right.
but they'll end up
Well, they'll
at
play us
back
early enough that it doesn't matter, right? So,
backdooring it in a SEC championship. That's another topic to talk about. Was Brett McMurphy has tweeted out today that they're already looking at changing the seeding of the college football playoff.
yeah, duh.
Like still keeping in the top 5 conference champions make it no matter what, but removing that top 4 conference champions getting the 1 through 4 seeds.
W
Basically,
Wait,
they don't like uh so like how Boise State got in as they're the 4 seed because they're the 4th highest ranked conference champion out of the
right.
top whatever it is. So what they want to do is they want to change it and say nope, the top 4 seeds are the top 4 teams
No, come on.
ranked
You
by the
can't even
committee.
win your conference, you don't get to be in the top of the playoffs. Like, come on, guys. Work with me
I
here.
I agree with you. I think that winning your conference championships should matter for something. If they're not gonna matter, then
Stop playing them.
don't have conference championship games, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, who gives a shit? Stop even ranking your conference, whatever, who cares?
Yeah, yeah,
If
well,
it's only what the playoff committee decides is your top whatever, then, like, that's what it is, but, like, if you can't
they're
even
still
win
saying
your conference you can't even win your conference, sorry, you're not a top 4 fucking team. Oh, I did it twice.
So, yeah, but they would still allow in the top 5 conference champions no matter what. So which
Yeah,
means
yeah, yeah.
you're still getting a group of 5 or 6 or whatever they're calling us now, program in there. You'd still get that, Sun Belt, American, Mountain West, whatever would team in the college football playoff. It's just that they would not be seeded as high as what happened with Boise State.
Right.
And I mean, this is
But they earned it. They did
it's
everything.
putting it's putting too much power in the hands of the committee. Because if you do something like that, that I know that what Boise State was ranked 9 or something.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if they were putting, they get to pick their top 4. That group of 5 conference champions is going to be 12 every single time,
But no one
every single
below
time.
them, like, didn't get to go, right? Like, 1 through 8, everyone that's 1 through 8 is in the playoffs, right?
I would assume that's how it has to work, right? Because you'd
I think
basically get
so. I think it's probable. But I don't know.
as long as you have 5 conference champions in your top 12, then 1 through 12 make it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause I don't think Clemson would have been ranked in the top 12 because they won the ACC. That's why they're the 12 seed.
but
Is because they
Your P4 champs are all guaranteed anyway, right? It doesn't
well,
even matter what you're
top
rated,
5
what you're
top
ranked.
5 technically, it could be the case that the Sun Belt, Conference USA, Mountain West, American, MAC are your top highest 5 ranking conference champions, and then SEC and Big Ten, everybody else, they don't. The conference champion doesn't necessarily get in to
Mhm.
it. It's top 5 highest ranked that get in, guaranteed. But obviously,
Well,
the
wait.
chances
Does
of
that
that
count for
happening,
P5 too?
yeah,
Interesting. Okay, neat.
yeah. But so what they're trying to do is take away that automatic top 4 seeding of
They're
the
just
top
gaming
4.
it for themselves. It's such horse shit.
Absolutely, absolutely. What they need to do if they don't like it is get rid of these stupid super conferences and not stop
Well,
having 20 teams,
get
and then
better than
you
Boise.
get better than Boise State. That's
Get
right.
better than Boise State. That's what they gotta do.
That's all you got to. Well, they cannibalize themselves when you have these conferences with all your best programs in there. And like normally we see in the college football playoff, it's like how many teams out of the big conferences go undefeated or have like one loss in a conference championship game
Right.
that make it in. And now when you have your Alabamas and your Texases and your Georgias and your all these teams playing each other every single year, that's what you're going to have a 9-3 SEC team making the playoffs. That's just what it is. And when you do that, sure, a 12-1 MAC West team or Mountain West. I've
I
merged the two
understood. I
conferences.
thought you were doing
Mountain
a
West.
thing. I thought that was on purpose, and it made sense to me still.
It's with the Northern Illinois going out to the Pac. Yeah,
Oh, I
or
thought you
Mountain
were
West.
just doing,
Mountain
like,
West.
a general G5 funny,
Yeah, just yeah, whatever,
like a Mac
whatever those
West,
teams,
whatever.
whatever those team names are called. But yeah, you're gonna get one of those in there. So yeah, but it will require a unanimous vote by all conferences to make a change to the 2025 season.
Well, the
So,
G5 programs seem to just say, "Yes, yes, sir, no, sir," whatever.
but do you think the Big 12 and the ACC are going to say yes to it? Because, like, their conference champion only got ACC, that is, only got in because they were conference
Conference
champion
champion, yeah.
and they were a 12 seed. So they would have liked to have gotten a little bit higher up there.
So, in this
So
situation, would they have just missed completely the playoffs? Would there just not be an
no, they still
ACC?
they were still the top 5 ranked conference
Okay,
champions,
alright.
but they wouldn't have missed, but, things the ball bounces a different way, maybe they go from being 12 to being the 4th seed
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
something, so I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't like gaming the system to, like, tweak it more so that teams that are in G5 are, like, not like this it's, like, systemic against them
Right.
rather than just, like, they're not that good, because, like, they do pop up like, G5 programs every now and again do pop up that are very good. Boise State some years ago, I don't know if Boise State this year is that team. Seems like maybe they are, but some years ago were that team. Cincinnati, what, last year or the
Right.
year before was, like, really good, and, like, I just why would you take it away from them? That's what we love about sports is that the underdog comes in and, like, can has a shot, right? We've made it a fair playing field, and, like, all you have to do is play good football, and
Yeah.
then you get to go.
Yeah, objectivity in the rankings is far superior than subjectivity to it. Yeah,
Right. But I do
don't
understand the need for subjectivity. Like, I wanna say that, like, I'm cool with there being a playoff council or whatever. I get
right.
it. Sorry, go ahead, though.
Oh, no, you're not wrong there at all, but, you in the nature of where college football is, the disparity there is between the top of the SEC and the bottom of the G5 is such that, like we talked about before, like, "Oh, well, we have a running back that, has, amassed more yards than any other team in all of college football." It's like, "Yeah, but he's going up against guys that are, like, a foot shorter than the the top programs are going up against." So yeah, his numbers are fantastic. Objectively, his numbers are the absolute best in the
He's not
league.
a Heisman.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, what would he do? What would he do in a type of scenario? And sometimes you see these guys, they move up and they still continue to produce, but a lot of times, you never hear of their names again.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, take a unanimous decision. That would require all the G5 not athletic commissioners to sign off on it,
Yeah.
and all it takes is one to say no. But you know that if they say no, the next go around they'll find a way to make it happen, and they'll get their way. And it just looks bad for the G5. They'll find a way to punish us in another
I
way.
feel like they throw money our way or something though. Like there's got to be some benefit that we're seeing because they well, like the G5 programs do just seem to like accept weird things. And I'm
Yeah,
like, you must have thrown some cat. There must be kickbacks happening or something weird because it doesn't make
it's
sense.
it's the little brother getting to go along with his big brother and all of his big brother's friends for the night on the cruise into town and
You think
crap
they
like
really
that.
think that?
That's the way it seems.
Yeah,
That's the way it seems.
I
Just
think there
just
must just be
just
money.
just want to be part of the show. Just want
I
to be
think
involved in the conversation and just want to be here. And if you without it, what happens to college football?
I think Big Brother slides Little Brother like $1,000 and says, "Hey, man, be cool with everything that's happening." And little brother's
You're
like, "I'm fucking awesome." "Oh, shit, third time." God, ugh.
I'm gonna get a parental advisory, warning on this
We
one.
should probably just, like, clear this and go to last call or something. I don't know. I gotta
Probably
pee.
so.
I gotta pee pretty bad too.
That's all I got. We can do last call, but before we do that, I just wanna say that I think it's amusing. I'm not sure if you've heard this or not, but Junior's Pizza has closed. How much pizza were you eating, Ryan, that you're gone for, like, 2 you move out, and 2 weeks later, an entire establishment shuts down? Were you keeping that place open by yourself?
Look, I'm bad business practices are bad business practices. They got good pizza, man. They got good pizza. Uh, yeah, no, I don't know. We can if you have that, if you oh my god, if you have their whatever the message they put out,
We can talk about that last call. We'll do that last call.
we can do that last call. But that's gonna get political. But it's holy
A
shit,
little
man.
bit, a little bit, a little bit.
They're
Alright.
so oh, they were so bad at their jobs. They were so good at making pizza. They were so bad at a pizza business.
Yes, that's also true. That's also true. Alright, we're gonna do a last call. We're done here. We're gonna head on over, talk a little bit more, drink a little bit more. A little bit Ryan will, probably not say a curse word on the entire last call now
That's
that he's
right.
been dropping the F-bombs
Well, my gummy's
religiously
gonna kick
this
in
go
about that.
around. But, yeah, find it on our Patreon page, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. It is free of charge, but it comes a little delayed out on Fridays versus immediately for our Patreon members. You can check it out, both free and paid members. And Patreon has got a new little deal. I'm able to do a discount. So if you put in NY50 when you sign up, you get 50% off. I tried to do 100%. They said no. So 50% off your first month's Patreon thing. Early access to last call, access to our live streams, and discounts on merchandise. Free drinks at our tailgates when we get sponsored, which is for all of our football tailgates and most of our basketball. And yeah, a group chat, the lively group chat that we have. So thanks, Ryan, for listening. Check us out on last call, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. Say goodbye, guy.
Goodbye, guy.